Hello, my name is Nigel and welcome to my bathroom. This is my review of Haynes Bathrooms. Alright, that's haynesbathrooms.info, who are based in Walsall, Wednesbury and Solihull. The first thing I'd like to draw your attention to is that we have had an independent review from a reputable company come in and have a look at the bathroom to comment on the quality of the work, and this is the report here. Alright, and as you can see, you probably can't read it, right, but this is just outlining all the issues that there are with this bathroom. It's not just over one page, it goes on to 2 pages. There are 21 issues with this bathroom. Haynes have actually been in and repaired some issues with the bathroom, so that list would easily have been over 30. If you would like to read the review in full, then please visit my website. My website is haynesbathrooms.info. So Haynes Bathrooms website is haynesbathrooms.co.uk and my website is haynesbathrooms.info. There you'll be able to read a full and independent report, and you'll be able to have a look at pictures and videos. Okay, so let's get on with our review. Okay, first thing is we will go to the toilet. Nothing wrong there, I'm probably thinking to yourself. So if we have a look, put the toilet seat down, the first thing you probably can't notice really, but the seat overhangs and it's too big for the toilet, so it's the wrong toilet seat for the wrong toilet, which is quite slack and quite sloppy really, but that's Haynes Bathrooms for you. Okay, the next thing I want to point out with the bathroom is, if you have a look carefully, you can see it's been sealed here, which is what you want. But if we go over onto the other side, you will notice that they couldn't be bothered sealing it, so they've done one side and not the other, which is, you know, quite lazy really. Alright, and look, I've also spotted something else. We can have a look. There's a tile and it's got no grout in it at all. It's completely open. Can you see that? That's the first time I've spotted that mistake, so that's another one to the list. Okay. I also want you to spot, I don't know if you can see the angle and the kink in the downpipe, and that is against building regulations, standard good practice. Okay, so there we are, that's the toilet. Next we come to the towel rail. All looks very nice. It is a very cheap thing, and as a general rule they rust in, well, they will rust in about 2 to 3 years. But anyway, this one wasn't fitted properly and we've got a bit of a leak. And anyway, I'll just show you this, look. I don't know if you can see this. Oh, there. That's water coming from the radiator. Now they have been, is there any fluid on the floor? Can you see the water coming down there? And you can also, can you notice it's starting to rust? Now, Haynes Bathrooms have been back 3 times to fix this towel radiator, but basically because of their incompetence they're not able to do so, and they didn't fit it properly in the first place. And they asked me if they could borrow some electrical tape, and I wasn't, you know, I said sure, of course you can. So I lent them some tape. I now realise that they use that electrical tape rather than plumber's tape when they were fitting the towel radiator, and that's why it leaks. So when he comes back with his spanner and tightens it up, it's still not going to fix the problem because they didn't fit it correctly in the first place. So that's the next thing, is the towel radiator. Next we come to the sink. Okay, so just let me show you the pressure of the water. That's hot. Okay, this is the bath. This is cold, as you can see. So our water pressure is really good. Okay, if I come to the tap, that's hot, which is okay, and that's cold. That dribble there. Alright, it's a faulty tap. We reported it to them, they came back, they had a fiddle with it. It lasted about 2 days. It's just cheap and nasty and doesn't work basically. And that, you know, that's Haynes Bathrooms for you. Okay, next thing I want to point out is, let me just turn that off. Let's have a look. You see this? This MDF, this is a kitchen surface worktop. Not designed for a bathroom at all. As you can see there, we've got some exposed MDF, and it's got this horrible nasty metal cover over the top with these screws. Gonna get that in focus, not very good. These screws stick out. Alright, they stick out there, they stick out. So this is getting wet and it's starting to expand, and it won't be long before it gets completely destroyed. Now if we have a look here, they left this was actually sticking out about 1.5 centimetres on both sides, which, as you can imagine, was extremely dangerous. So we complained, they came back, and it's not really in focus very good here, but this is a very sharp serrated edge. Alright, very sharp, very serrated, very jagged in the finish. It's very difficult to tell. Oh yes, it's not a very good finish at all. Okay, and then on this side, look, I don't know if you can listen to this. So it comes up over the top and catches my finger, and again it's very extremely sharp edge. Again, MDF sticking out. You can see on this side it's beginning to start being worn and fall to pieces. We had this done in January, so that's about 3 months. Next, let's go down here and have a look. You see those horrible buttons, things, screw cap things. If you go down to your local bathroom store, you won't find anything like as cheap and tacky as that. And then have a look at this here. This was like this from new. You see how it's all falling to pieces and coming apart? Alright? Absolutely, that's nasty, isn't it? Yeah? Okay, that's that. Next, let's have a look. See here, you've got these 2 little screws here, and that's where the handle should go. The handle should go that way. So what they did is they couldn't find the handles, so they just got any old handles and stuck them on. And as you can see, that is, can you see that sticking out there? See that sticking out there? So it's not sitting flat to the thing. They're not the right handles for the right cupboard. Essentially, this whole cupboard is 2 different cupboards that have been just randomly thrown together. Okay, next, let's have a look. Can you see, look, silicone, all this silicone's just come out, look there, just falling out. Yeah, can you see that? Now that was either because it's cheap silicone, or it's simply because they sealed it while it was wet. Not sure on that one. And then next, if we come to here, if you can see this sharp edge here sticking out, yeah, overhanging the bath, and then that terrible looking finish down there. Look at that. Isn't that awful? It's a right budget job. Budget job, and really not ideal if you've got kids having that sharp sticking out edge there. Very poor workmanship really, very little care taken in that. Okay, next I'm going to go inside. Oh yeah, let me go in the window. I'm going to go in the windowsill next. If you have a look carefully, you can see the gap here is tiny, and there's barely any grout. That's the side, this is the top. You see there's little gaps. See, there's little gaps, and where there's no grout at all. A bit more grout there, that's what it should be like. No grout again. Right, no grout. Bit of grout there. Bit of grout down there, but still very, very thin. Then down the side here, we've actually got a small gap. Are you going to be able to see that? Can you see that gap there? That's a hole. Okay, so obviously hole, water, a lot of water accumulating around here. Notice how it all sits on here. This should be sloped so that it comes off, but here this edge sticks out. This edge sticks out here and up, so it stops any water from draining away. And with these little grout here and holes there, water is escaping behind the back, and that's causing huge problems. That could be causing huge problems. Okay, so what are we going to look at next? Let's have a look at this. Have a look at that. Look at that for a bad finish. How bad is that? Alright, that is shocking. Okay, can't believe that they've left it like that. That looks awful. Then can we have a look here? Can you see the tiles stick out? All the tiles are sticking out. Can you see this here? See how it's not flush to the wall? There and here. Can you also see how thin the gap is here? They didn't notice it's thin here. Look, and as you move down, it gets thicker. Alright? Isn't that weird? So thick, and then gets thinner and thinner. And it does that quite a lot throughout. Look, see? Thicker, and then by the time you get to the top, there's almost nothing there. Notice how they're all out of line, all the tiles. They're all not flush against the wall. They're all not in line. None of them are in line together. Absolutely awful, awful. Really is. Perhaps you can see here where they're not in line, and then here again, not in line. This is a extractor fan. It's fitted with 240 volts. Should be fitted with a transformer. Obviously 240 volts is extremely dangerous. There should be a transformer that we have access to switch it on and off in case there's a problem, and there isn't, and that's dangerous. That's very, very bad safety risk. Okay. Okay, what should we look at next? Let's look at the tiles. Can you see those little tiles up there that they've done? Can you see that? That's not standard practice to do tiling like that. Right, if you go to a reputable company, they won't stick those little tiny tiles up there. They just wouldn't do that. Okay, look at that. You see that tile sticking out there? Can you see that? Yeah. And there again, look. See that tile sticking out? Absolutely shocking. Okay, next we shall have a look at the silicone finish. Okay, let's have a look. Can you see there are bits of silicone and there's bits missing? You see where that's missed silicone? Is that just one place? Am I being picky here? Let's carry on. No, more. So you see that missed? So you got silicone, it's just missed. Look, more as I go along. And silicone missing there, look, in the middle. Tile sticking out, silicone missing. Up against this wall, can you see that? Huge bit of silicone missing. This goes all the way around the top. We've got, let's have a look. So we've got silicone. Where is it? There you are. So you've got silicone. Look, and there is no silicone at all. Alright, they've just missed that out. That's just lazy, isn't it? Really is lazy. Okay. I'm sure I've missed quite a few of the faults. Not used to doing videos by myself, videoing myself, not something I'm used to. Hope you've enjoyed it. Remember, if you want to get a list of all the faults and some good photos, then please visit the website haynesbathrooms.info, and there you can read the independent bathroom report, which is from an expert in the trade who was able to pick out all of the faults. Okay, thank you for your time. Bye bye.